Finish. All right, guys. So our plan for today is to finish up special right triangles, do some more practice with those, and to start, we'll see if this happens, but I'd like to start reviewing for the Chapter 9 test. If not, that's okay. I still have planned Friday for your test, so everything we've done in Chapter 9 up through 9-6. We're not doing 9-7 and 9-8. Before we go over the warm-ups, can someone remind us, for a special right triangle, 45, 45, 90, what is the formula that we use? For a 45, 45, 90 triangle, what's the formula that we use? Nathan S.? Good. So for a 45, 45, 90, hypotenuse equals leg times square root of 2. For a 30, 60, 90 triangle, what is one of the formulas? Abigail, it's one of them. Good. Hypotenuse equals 2 times the shorter side. So 30, 60, 90, hypotenuse equals 2 times the shorter side. Drew, what's the other one? Good. Longer leg equals shorter leg times square root of 3. So if you know those three formulas for your special right triangles, it'll make it pretty easy when you're trying to find missing sides. What did you think of that homework?
It was so hard.
What, Mike? Didn't like it.
It was the hardest homework I've ever
Okay,
had.
Kevin, honestly. All right. Okay. Let's go over our warm-up, and then we'll get to the special right triangle homework. So some of you, a couple of you, did not listen for this one. You need to use the distance formula for each of these. You cannot count a diagonal line. Can't count the units if it's diagonal, only if it's vertical and horizontal. So for A, B, Peyton, what did you get for the distance using the formula? Good. 2 times the square root of 2. Geo, for BC, what is the distance? Okay, remember, you can't count diagonal lines. Josh, what did you get for BC? Okay, and then that can be simplified. Yeah, I mean, you can keep simplifying and change 8 to 4 times 2. Unless you do 16 times 2 is 32. That's the easier way to do it. You know what I mean, Josh? So 4 square root of 2. Skylar, what did you get for DC? Good. Grace, what did you get for DA? Good. 4 times the square root of 2. So I'm going to label these real quick. On our quadrilateral, both of these sides are 2 square root of 2, and both of these sides are 4 square root of 2. Steve? Square root of 0. Okay, let me do one of them for you. Did you use the formula correctly and do square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared? Okay, so for AB, we have x1, y1, x2, y2. So Steve, you should have D equals square root of 2 minus 0 squared plus y2 is 0 minus 2 squared. Did you have that for AB? But how did you get 0, though? You still shouldn't be getting 0. Okay. So 2 squared plus negative 2 squared, you end up with 4 plus 4, which is 8, and then change 8 to 4 times 2. You okay? Anyone else questions on any of the distance formulas there? Drew, Ray, and Gia, are you okay now? You know to use distance formula. Don't do that on the test Friday, okay? Okay, perimeter. How do we find perimeter of this quadrilateral, Greta? Awesome. Good job. We need to add all the sides up and simplify. So this is the problem that I wanted to do with you yesterday because it's a good intro to what you'll do in Algebra 2, which isn't for a couple years, but you will see this eventually. Now, only if I didn't tell you, what do you think we need to do here? How do you think we simplify that? And it's okay if you're wrong. I want to hear what you guys think. Greta? Inside the square root? Okay, not multiply them. But what do you think you do with the numbers in front? Okay, not multiply, but that's okay. Good guess. Good try. Camelia, what do you think? Okay, you're close. You're half right. Gio? Good job. Well, what do you mean by rewrite the square roots? Okay, you're close. Grace? Nope, you guys are getting there though. Abigail? Awesome. You said rewrite all the square roots though. Right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were going to say that, but then when you kept going, I figured you meant write square root of 2 4 times. Yeah, don't do that. So here's what you do. Abigail, good job. Treat square root of 2 like an x or like a variable. You leave that alone. It's like you're adding like terms. This will not be on the test, but something good to know. Add the numbers in front just like those are your coefficients, which you get 12. Leave square root of 2 where it is. That is the perimeter, and I should put units here, of the quadrilateral. So something you won't see for a couple years, but it's good application. Does that make sense to everyone? Any questions on that part? Okay, how do you find area? This is not a question, but how would you find area of this figure, Drew? Okay, good. So Drew, how do you multiply those? Close. Shane? Yep. So when you're multiplying, you need to, Drew, you were good. You have one little thing we need to fix. 2 times 2 is 4, and then square root of 4 is 2. So you end up with the area is 16 units squared. Again, just something extra I wanted to add in. Questions on that? Okay, let's go to the second warm-up, which was on page 18 of your notes. Okay, so first of all, on number 1, you need to find h, but is that the hypotenuse? No, it's the height, so make sure that you're careful on there. It's the longer side, okay? We are given here the shorter side, and we're given the hypotenuse. So what formula do we need to use here before we go through the answer? Jordan, what formula? Awesome. We're using longer side equals shorter side times square root of 3. So David, what did you get for your answer for this one? Oh, I thought you said you watched the video. Did you watch the video on this from yesterday? Oh, okay. But do you know how to do these? Okay. Neil, what'd you get? Good. Longer side is equal to shorter side. Just plug the 6 in, and then square root of 3. Okay, number 2. What formula, Alexis, are we using for number 2? Good. Leg, hypotenuse equals leg, or you could say longer side times square root of 2. This one's a little bit different because you're plugging in, 12 square root of 2 equals leg square root of 2. We're looking for the legs here. So Nathan S., what did you get for your answer? Good. Divide both sides by square root of 2. Those cancel. So you get longer side, or sorry, I keep doing that now. Leg equals 12, which is x. Neil? That's fine. Yep, that's fine. Anyone else? Questions or comments on any of the warm-up? All right, let's go over your homework quickly, and then I want to do a little bit more practice with special right triangles before we move on. Drew? Say that again? Okay, either at the beginning of class or the end of class, you got to give those to me, okay? You can just put them on my desk at some point, just not now. Okay, number 1, Mike, homework number 1. Good. Gio, number 2. Mm-mm. Ray, number 2. Good. Amberly, number 3. Good. Evan, number 4. Okay, how about 5, Evan? Did you do your homework? Okay. Okay. Kevin, number 4. You used the wrong formula. Nathan M., what'd you get for 4? Good. 10 times the square root of 3. Number 5, Jordan. Good. 3.5 times square root of 3. Skylar, number 6. Good. 5. Number 7, Jackie. Good. It's twice the length. So I just wrote down the length of the hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. So as long as you are explaining the formula in some way, you're okay. Ray? That's fine. Yeah, if you explain the formula in any way, that's fine. Okay, Joseph, number 8. Good job. So number 8, we have x equals 13 square root of 2 and y equals 13. Number 9, Abigail. Good. 25 and then 25 square root of 2. Ben, number 10. Good job. 7.3 square root of 2 and 7.3. Let me move this. Okay, number 11, y equals 30 and x equals 15 square root of 3. Number 12, x equals 17 and y equals 8.5 square root of 3. And then 13, y equals 10.5 and x equals 10.5 square root of 3. So you had to have both because it said find both missing sides. Raise your hand if you got all of those right. Just want to see a show of hands. Keep them up for a minute. Okay, raise your hand if you missed 1. Good. Raise your hand if you missed 2. Okay, so not too bad. Okay, any questions on any of those, Neil? What number are you looking at, Neil? Number 10? Oh, there's not a square root. Thank you. 7.3. What did I do here? Let's try this again. Thank you, Neil. Number 10, sorry. 7.3, and then y is 7.3 square root of 2. I think that I erased something this morning and didn't realize it. My fault. Okay, questions besides that mistake, sorry. Questions on any of those, Greta? Number 12, the x. Okay. You need to use the formula for number 12 for the x, 2 times the short side, because x is the hypotenuse. So maybe, yeah, don't use Pythagorean's theorem. If they're 45, 45, 90 or 30, 60, 90, use the shortcuts. It might not seem like it yet, but it is much faster. So you end up with 2 times 8.5, which is 17. You okay? Anyone else? Questions? Positive? Okay, I want you to flip your homework packet to page 141. So flip your homework packet to page 141. 141. Okay, and here's what I want you to do. We're going to spend about 10 minutes or so doing a little bit more practice with special right triangles. So I want you to work on numbers 1 through 12 on this page. I'm going to walk around and check and help as you're working, and then we're going to go over them because I need to see where you guys are with these. So numbers 1 through 12, these are all either 45, 45, 90 or 30, 60, 90. You need to find both missing side lengths. So what I did on mine is if the hypotenuse was missing, I put h equals. If the long side was missing, I put L equals. If the short side is missing, I put S equals. This is a worksheet that I use in geometry. I usually teach geometry, just not this year. So you will see this again, and these are good practice problems. So again, I want you to work on 1 through 12 on your own. I'm going to give you guys about 10 minutes or so. I want to go over them before the end of class so that any mistakes or any confusion on this, we can try to take care of that before the end of class. Okay, so find both missing side lengths if there are two. And I'm going to walk around and check. So if you circle or box your answer, or just keep it neat, that would be very helpful. Yeah, you can label it on the side of where it goes if you want. Yeah, that's perfect. If you need to write your formulas at the top, that's fine. If you already think you have them memorized, that's fine as well. John, did you finish or no? Okay, you can just put it back in there standing up. Yeah. Thanks, John. You know we're on this worksheet, right? Okay, just making sure. Okay. No, not distance formula. Special right triangles. Good job. Yeah. Okay, so I would do, that's the hypotenuse. So do 8 equals 2s. Yeah, tell me why that's the hypotenuse. Tell me why that's the hypotenuse.
Because it's the longest one. It looked like the longer one.
It's across from the right angle. Remember, across from the right angle is always the hypotenuse. These are not right, Gio. This is not right. That side. Yeah. What'd you say? Don't know how to start that one? All right, so you have for this one, 21 is your long side. So use the long side equals short side square root of 3 formula. Okay. Good. I'll be right there. Just want to check Nathan S. here. Good, looks good. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. 5 squared is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. But yes. You okay? Are you stuck? You okay? Did you fix this one? Long side is equal to short side times square root of 3.
Oh, I forgot it was square root of 3.
Yeah, you might want to write your formulas then if you forget them. You need to simplify this when you get a chance. Okay. 2 times 3 is 6. Is that a 6 or a 5? Okay. You just multiplied wrong. Let me see your first couple here. Okay, that needs fixed. The other ones are okay. You shouldn't have decimals here, though. Remember, keep it as a radical. Like, don't, if it's square root of 2, keep it like that. Don't multiply, no decimals. I think I did. Let me check them again. Okay. What did you get? So short side, 5 square root of 3. That one's right. Now the hypotenuse, I just need to change mine, I think. Yeah, you're fine on that. Is this a fraction? Is that just your... Okay, you're good. Alexis, I'll be right there. Guys, if there's a radical in the denominator, that's okay. Give me 1 second here. Go ahead. Yeah. Wait, number 3. Hold on. You have the wrong formula. Hypotenuse equals, it should be 2s. 2 times the short side. But some problems will be like that. Ben? Oh, geez, you're fast. Okay. Let me do a check here. Evan, I'll be right over. Yeah, I'm just going to look at these ones. 15 over square root of 3, 30 over this. 42 over square root of 3, 21 over square root of 3. Hey, good job. Easy? Good job. Just hang out for a couple minutes. Ray, I'll be right back over. Steve, I'll be right there. Okay, what are you given? 15 is what side? Yeah, so I would start with 15 equals square root of 3 times the short side. Okay? Sometimes you have to plug it in on the left-hand side and not the right-hand side. Okay, Steve. Okay, so 30, 60, 90. I would start with, this is the long side. So long side equals short side times square root of 3. So I would do 6 square root of 3 equals square root of 3 times the short side. You're using this wherever you have it. And then solve for the short side, which is s. Okay. Okay, in about 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to start to go over them. Yeah, I'm going to check some of them because I know to answer Ray's question here. Good. Those look good, so I'm sure the rest of them are right because those were the harder ones. Question, Ray? Okay, so you know long side, and this is the long side, is equal to short side times square root of 3. So you have long side equals short side times square root of 3. Solve for the short side. Just plug it in where it goes. Say that again? Oh, just divide by square root of 3 and leave it as 15 over square root of 3. Okay. Even though you're not supposed to leave a radical in the bottom, your book does not go further about that. So leave it like that. And then for the hypotenuse, you'll multiply that by 2. Okay. Okay, I want you to take a minute and finish up the problem that you're on. Okay, well, why didn't you put a little mark by it so you would know? You don't know which ones you have questions on? Okay, you only have to do 1 through 12, just so you know.
I think it was this one. That was one of them.
12. Okay. What's your answer here? Okay, yeah, that is your answer. That's right. So you're good about that one. What other one do you think it was?
That's the other one I think.
Okay. When I go over them, let me know if you find which other ones they were so I can help you. Okay, so you're given the long side. So long side equals short side times square root of 3. So you need to do 6 square root of 3 equals s squared root of 3. Yes, sometimes it goes in on the left-hand side and not the right-hand side. Okay, Abigail, I'm coming. Jackie, I'll be right back over. Yeah. Times s. No. Long side equals short side square root of 3. No, you shouldn't have 2 square roots of 3 there. So just divide. Yep. Does that make sense? That's okay. It's confusing when you put it on the left, but that's all you need to do. You're welcome. You okay? I can't hear you. Okay. That is right, but not that. You're just multiplying this by 2. Don't multiply the inside. Just multiply the front. Okay, the radical stays the same. Just leave it as 15 over square root of 3. Okay? As I told you guys the other day, you're not really supposed to leave a radical on the bottom, but your book does not go into that much detail. So I'm not going to go into that much detail. Okay, I want you to finish up the problem that you're on, and if you did not get a chance to finish all 12, that's okay. What I want you to do is write down what the correct answers are. That way you have some problems to practice from if you need to, okay? So number 1, Jordan, can you tell us what you got for each of the missing sides? Okay, what did you get for the hypotenuse? Okay, that's right, but the long side needs fixed. David? Yeah. Jordan, did you say 18 square root of 3 and I just can't hear you? That's what I thought. Okay, so let me go over that here. So on this one, the long side is 18 square root of 3 because you're taking the short side, which is 18, times square root of 3. So you might have just used the wrong formula. But you can't simplify 18 square root of 3. You know what I mean? Because 18 is not in the radical. If you might be thinking that 18 is in the square root, but it's not. If it's outside, leave it there. And hypotenuse is just 2 times the shorter side, so you get 36. Okay, second one. The hypotenuse is 10 square root of 2. Longer side is 5 square root of 6. Okay, Evan, number 3. What did you get for the short side and the longer side? Okay. Good job. So 4 and then 4 square root of 3. I have them written up there as to what sides they go on. Okay, Michelle, how about number 4? Short side is 6 and long hypotenuse is? Good job. I just couldn't hear you. So number 4, the short side is 6, hypotenuse is 12. Since 5 is already up there, short side is 14, hypotenuse is 28. Okay, Drew, number 6. Good. Good job. Hey, where'd number 6 go? Oh, I must not like number 6. It's not up there. Okay, number 6. I don't know. Sometimes the smartboard deletes slides by accident. Okay, so what Drew said, number 6, short side is 15 over square root of 3, and the hypotenuse is 30 over square root of 3. When you multiply this by 2, only multiply the numerator by 2. So again, if you didn't have these done, I would just fill in the answers so you have some extra problems to practice from. Gio? Okay, so ready? So 15 is the long side. So you have long side equals short side times square root of 3. So you have 15 equals short side times square root of 3. Divide both sides by square root of 3 to find the short side. So you should have 15 over square root of 3. Not 15 times square root of 3. Oh. You went further. Okay, so if you did that, Gio, the correct answer should be 5 square root of 3. But I didn't teach you guys that, but good job. Yes, you can keep it like that. Did you have that too? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So you're fine. Everyone else, if you left the radical in the denominator, that's fine. Either answer is fine. Yeah, sorry about that, Gio. I didn't think you did that step. Okay, number 7, since it's not up on the smartboard, you guys had to find short side and the hypotenuse. So if you did it with leaving the radical on the bottom, you get 21 over square root of 3. If you did it the other way, you get 7 square root of 3. So Geo, check yours. And the hypotenuse should be 42 over square root of 3. If you did it the other way, you should get 14 square root of 3. Either way is fine if you took that step further. Okay, number 8. Now we can go to number 8. The long side is 5 square root of 3. Short side is 5. Number 9, the long side is 5 square root of 21. And the hypotenuse is 10 square root of 7. And I'll come back to questions. Number 10, the hypotenuse is 8 square root of 2. Long side is 8. Number 11, the leg is 2 square root of 2. Hypotenuse is 4. And then number 12, both legs are square root of 5. Remember on a 45, 45, 90, those legs are always the same. Greta? Oh, yes, sorry, my fault. Yes, for 12. Yeah. Sorry. Geo, did you have square root of 5? Did you get to that one or no?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Greta, you left yours as square root of 10 over square root of 2? Okay, but it's really, don't forget, hypotenuse equals leg times square root of 2. So now you have your formula wrong. Now, I will tell you this. When you're dividing radicals, what could you change that to? Grace, what could we change that to? Did you leave yours like that? Yeah. When you have square root of 10 over square root of 2, you can just divide them. So that one should have been pretty easy for you to know. Since you're dividing and they're both radicals, divide them, leave them in the radical. Drew? No. So for 4, you need to find hypotenuse. Hypotenuse equals leg times square root of 2. So you have hypotenuse equals the leg, which is 2 square root of 2, times the square root of 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay. Yeah, multiply them, though. Remember, when you're multiplying or dividing radicals, you can multiply them together. Divide them together. That's okay. You sure you're okay? Okay. Amberly? Yes, I can. Amberly, let me know if you have a question. Drew? Okay, I'll give you my answer key in a little bit. Yep. You okay on that one? Okay. Anyone else? Anything you need me to go back to? Any questions? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs down on special right triangles. Yeah, Gio, your thumb needs to be in one direction. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, I need you guys to open up your book to page 504. So open up your book to page 504. Drew, you want to see my answer key? There's paper in the back, you know, if you need it. All right, so I'll explain this. This should not take you guys very long, but this is part of our review. Yes, we are going to continue to review tomorrow. What'd you say? Yes, which we're just going to start. Okay, so 1 through 20 on 504 corresponds to lessons up through 9-6. So from 9-1 through 9-6. 1 through 4, you're just solving an equation. 5 through 8, you're simplifying the radical expression completely. Numbers 9 through 12, You need to determine whether it's a right triangle or not. If it's not, for practice, I would write down whether it's acute or obtuse. 13 through 16, you are using Pythagorean's theorem. If it's not a special right triangle, you need to use Pythagorean's theorem. 17, 18, 19 is from lessons 9-4, 9-5. And then 20 is using special right triangles. They write this big long paragraph for a very simple, easy problem. So again, 1 through 20 is the start of the review. So all I want you to do for tomorrow, we're going to practice some more special right triangles, probably as the warm-up tomorrow when you come in, because I know some of you could use a little bit more practice with those. And then I have one more review that we'll do in class. Nathan M. Yeah, definitely. Okay, you guys have a couple minutes, so if you want to get started on something or if you have a question for me, let me know.